Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Between Carlines. We are your hosts, Christy, Christina, and Jenna, and we are three moms trying to do life in the short daylight hours between Carlines. On today's episode, we discuss our Eras Tour Miami trip, Aunt Flo, and play some Family Feud. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh, wow.
That's definitely the one we're using.
Yeah.
To Between Carlines.
Hey.
All right, Christina, put it in reverse for us.
Put it in reverse. I mean, the big thing, really the only put it in reverse, is our weekend.
We
just got to rehash the weekend.
It was good.
I'm repping.
Yeah.
I'm repping our weekend.
Me
here.
too.
I am too.
Jenna, your stuff already came.
It was here on Wednesday. She has like magical shipping. I ordered it Saturday night at the concert, and it was here on Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and why did you order it instead of getting merch there?
Because the line was 2.5 hours, and ain't no way I was standing in line for that.
That line was insane.
And there's some things you can't get online, but not enough to make me go wait in that line.
Right.
Okay, guys,
Definitely
I watched some TikToks. Do you know where the merch was?
It was in the
basement.
It was in the basement?
So you go up?
All the signs that
down?
were telling people to go all the way up were to get to the bottom of the line, the back of the line, to go all the way down into the basement.
And that was a long ramp to go up, too.
Yeah.
It's the whole stadium height.
Yeah.
Like the ramp.
That's wild.
Circles up.
Well, I read that New Orleans, because obviously everybody complained in Miami about the merch lines. They have like 5 stations inside the place for New Orleans, sorry. Whereas
that's how Tampa was.
One merchandise place for Miami.
Horrible idea. Whoever thought of that?
Yeah.
I heard there were 2 booths, but in the same area.
Yeah.
But in Tampa, there were outside, like before you get into the gates, on all sides, there was a big van.
Yeah.
And then inside the stadium, there were multiple areas.
I think
where
it's
you could
like
get
by
merch.
the venue. I think the venue must be able to tell them
Probably.
Well, Miami got a lot of heat on that and their exit.
No pun intended.
That was good.
The exit, we should talk about our parking situation.
It worked out great.
Okay. So, did we talk about this on the last episode? Like getting the parking passes?
I don't think so.
No.
I can't remember because I feel like I've told this story so many times.
No.
But basically, Jenna said she would get parking. This was like a month out of the concert.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, they were sold out through Ticketmaster. You had to buy resale parking. So we looked at it and we're like, okay, it was going to be about
like $100,
$100 for parking.
Yeah.
And so she's like, okay, I'll do it. And then her house burned down 2 days later and we had 2 hurricanes and things happened. So Jenna didn't get around to doing the parking.
No.
So she was like, oh, by the way, I didn't get parking. And we're like, oh, shoot. So Christina goes, okay, I'll buy the parking now since I'm coming and I want to contribute because Jenna had got the hotel. So I go on and like the cheapest parking we could find with fees, with everything was like $250.
Like who could have predicted
at that time?
Like,
and it was like a couple weeks out. And in my mind, I'm thinking if this is the cheapest, it's only going to get higher and higher. I'm thinking like the ticket prices.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm like, we just got to jump on this now. So Christina, I love what you said. You were like, let's just do it and never talk about it again.
and here we are rehashing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We had some miracle. And by miracle, I mean Jenna not paying attention.
No,
or not knowing what was
not that I don't pay attention. It's that I'm very good about pretending to just do it. Like play dumb. I'm good at it.
We had yellow. We paid for yellow parking, which was like the bottom of the barrel parking on site. It was the furthest away. So we see signs black and yellow. Black was VIP close parking. So we're following the black and yellow signs. We get to where they're scanning the tickets, and the guy says, okay, yellow, go to these cones or go past these cones and make a left.
Which I did.
Something along those lines. In Jenna's defense, it was weird, but the way me and Christina understood it to be was we had to go down a little further to the cones up ahead and then make the left.
He didn't.
But there were cones right where we are. So Jenna made the left right where the cones where we are.
Real quick left.
I passed at least 3 cones. So I went past the cones and I made a left.
Yeah. And he didn't stop us, to your defense. And he didn't say, this is not it, don't do this. Like,
nobody stopped us. So then we're following along and we're like, what is this? It's paved parking. It's nice.
Fenced in.
Like,
fenced in. I'm like, Jenna,
flowers everywhere.
VIP parking.
And they weren't directing, really. They just were like, go down this lane. And we went down that lane and got to park wherever we wanted.
So we got so lucky and got VIP parking.
You're welcome.
But I feel like we paid for VIP parking.
We paid for VIP parking.
Yeah, we did. I feel like I really did a service for us because people were like stuck just walking out of the stadium took an hour, like not even getting to their cars. And we were gone and back at the hotel in less than 45 minutes from when the show ended.
I mean, we were parked like hundreds of feet from the main exit to get back out into the road and be out of there.
Well, and we got to go in a whole separate entrance.
The entrance not waiting to get in.
That was not where we were
green
supposed to go,
space. There were bathrooms. They were like, where are your seats located? And we showed them and they said, okay, you're going to want to go to this area.
Yeah, they were nice.
And I saw the line to get in the main door and just to get in was so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. We were blessed.
Yeah, well,
that's all I can say.
It worked out good, Jenna. Thanks for that.
Also, what we didn't say is that the prices of the parking plummeted like the next week because Hard Rock made the statement of if you don't have a ticket to the show, which nobody ever checked that when they were checking our parking, you couldn't park on site if you didn't have a ticket to the show, which a lot of people do because they buy tickets day of or as the show is going, as the prices are going down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we could have waited, but then we probably wouldn't have been VIP.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I don't know. I guess this is up to Christina since she paid for it. But I think paying that much was worth it just to be able to get out of there.
I would have done it again. I would do it again for sure.
Okay, good.
I'm not even mad about what I paid for that parking because that exit was so legit.
So
I don't even care.
Like we literally
especially after in the aftermath, like hearing about the people complaining about getting out of there and how long it took
and people that Ubered,
forget it.
Like people would walk 3 miles to where the Uber pickup was. And then Uber drivers were saying, the traffic is so bad. I can't get you there. Go to here. And they basically had to walk all the way back the way they walked to get picked up.
I'm glad we didn't go that route because that was what was recommended by the hotel was to Uber. Because I called and was like, I was hoping they'd be like, we have a shuttle. We're going to shuttle you. And I was like, perfect. Mm-hmm. They didn't. But
I just imagine that guy who was checking us in was the person fielding the calls. And he's like, just take an Uber. Just take an Uber.
Off of the phone with me, please.
But I have to say I was impressed with the hotel because I did not think we were going to be able to check in at check-in time because it was packed.
Yeah.
And we got there early and the guy said we were 12th in line. And I'm thinking there's no way they're going to clean 12 rooms by 3. And there were so many Swifties just waiting around in the lobby, doing their hair, getting ready in the lobby.
Yeah, no, I feel like it was a meant to be
we had a
trip.
Nice room at the Jenna got to pick the room, which I've never heard of in a hotel.
Me either. I even didn't want to pick the room because I wanted first available, and it made me pick a room.
Oh yeah, that's smart too.
But I feel like everything aligned perfectly over the weekend.
Yeah, and stars aligned.
The weather. Can we talk about the weather? How it poured both of the other nights, but we had absolutely no rain at all.
No rain.
So good.
Beautiful breeze.
No sweaty. Cool. No sweaty at all.
Never happens in Miami. Like that doesn't happen in Miami where it's cool weather.
No. It was perfect. And we ate there. The line wasn't too bad to get food. We were able to find a place to sit down.
Yeah. Made friends.
And met some other Swifties that sat with us. A lot of people flew in from other states.
Yeah.
So...
No, and we got to eat chicken tendies during the meal when she was changing her costume. We got to sit down and have a chicken tendy break. It was perfect.
We brought our tendies.
We did. We marched in with our little bags. The only thing that I think was annoying was that bathroom.
Situation.
So I guess it's smart. It's smart of them that they turn a bunch of the men's bathrooms into women's bathrooms. But that means there's only 3 stalls in the bathroom,
and they don't label it outside. That's
not until you turn the corner.
You have no idea it's happening,
right? Yeah. So we got in the men's bathroom line not knowing,
right?
And because it looked shorter, but the other line that was much longer was going faster.
Way faster.
Like, what is happening here? And then when we got to the front, we'd already come too far at that point.
No turn
around. Lines.
We debated urinal
Chrissy,
peeing.
I think, seriously considered urinal peeing because there were like 20 urinals.
Open. There were 20 urinals, but they don't. The little lip does not put out far enough. I'm thinking I have a dress on. I could just stand over it and slide it on over. And
there was no way I was urinal peeing with those tights, 2 pairs of tights and the shorts.
Had to
could
be
you
completely
imagine?
naked to pull that off. Like
the story would have been so good though, and then everyone else in that bathroom would have been like, "Some girl peed."
Yeah. That would have been on TikTok for
sure. I bet it happened at some point that night.
Yeah.
Though. Someone had to have peed in that urinal at some point.
For sure.
But like even our timing, like we were like, do we wait? Should we go to the bathroom now? And thank God we went to the bathroom. We did because the show started 13 minutes early.
Right.
Yeah. The people who were in line at like 9:47 or
didn't get to
7:47 or whatever, and hearing that start, they must have been in a complete panic. I can't even imagine that.
They were all
There's so
peeing.
many TikToks. There's so many TikToks on it about being in line for the bathroom or food or merch and hearing Lady Gaga's applause, because that's
that was the sign.
That's the song that comes on right before the big clock comes on.
But did we ever
figure
it out?
We thought the clock was going to be 15 minutes, and they only popped 2 minutes up too, so that was real quick.
But I don't know if I believe that girl. I didn't research it, but
okay,
I don't know if they always put 15 minutes on the clock. But I did look at a lot of the TikToks talking about this, and nobody had an answer in the comments.
But everybody did say it was everybody's like in agreement. It was 13 minutes early.
Yeah, but and the other nights started on time. They didn't do that, right?
No,
the first night for sure was on time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But then, people are like, 13 minutes early, that's her special number. And you divide 13 by 75. And that'll tell you the exact time that Reputation will be released. It will be released on this day based off that 13 minutes. And I know just
people
cannot get behind that math.
I can't either. It's too much. Like, just, it'll happen when it happens, people.
And they're like, and her sock that she wore 13 years ago on this day had 1 hole in it. So that means, and I'm like, what? People are nuts, but
all right, but let's talk about the show.
So good.
Okay.
And I need you guys to talk about it because this was your first experience other than watching the movie, obviously.
It was just like we've gone to a lot of concerts. Everybody gets up, they sing, but it was like everyone except for the guy in front of us that recorded the whole show on his little flippy phone.
You were both in my ears. You could not get over him. Both of you independently would constantly be like, "Can you believe this guy? I can't believe it. Why is he recording this?"
Like, it was so weird. He didn't sing along to any song. He just stood there and he had one of those phones that like looks like an iPhone, but it folds in half. And he would hold it out like a camcorder. I thought it was a camcorder at first.
Which, okay, if, you have a kid back home and you're trying to film it for them, but it's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And It's better than anything your little cell phone can capture. And he didn't even record the Tortured Poets Department set.
But he recorded
on Disney+.
I think he ran out of battery. That's what I think happened.
He did not come prepared. Me and Jenna had both our backup batteries.
I wasn't playing around.
But what I'll say though about it is like, you go to a concert and usually it's like, okay, you're at a concert, but this was like a show. Like it was more, it was bigger than just it was a whole production. Like it was so much more than a concert,
I feel like you could not even like Taylor Swift and go to a concert and enjoy yourself because everybody around you is enjoying themselves. They're
the best
singing
time.
along.
Right.
They know the chants. Like, they know all the things. It's definitely.
Those security workers aren't Taylor Swift fans. And then you see them trading friendship bracelets with people and dancing and getting into it.
Yeah.
And you just have like women and some men of all age spans.
Yeah.
I mean, little kids to grandparents and all different backgrounds and, and we're all just there for the one thing that brings us joy.
Yeah.
It's just
like she definitely put her all into that show. Like everything was thought of. So
I felt like the farther away I get from it, actually, the more I like it. Even, you know what I mean? Like, like that night it was great, but then like the next day I was like, damn, that was just a good show. That was a good time. And now it's like as you go farther out, people are like, oh, you win? Oh my god, how was it? It's like gets bigger even as time goes on, which is not usually you just kind of forget about it.
Like I think it's a lot to digest in one night. Like it's a lot happening. It
was overload.
I think I got home and my mom's like, "How was it?" And I was like, "Oh, it was good. It was good." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "No, it was really good." And then like later on, I'm like, "No, it was like amazing." And I'm over here looking up tickets to go to Canada. They're still outrageous, friends. But
that's funny.
Yeah.
It
was amazing.
Yeah.
So shout out to our sponsor, Mr. Dimmler. He really came through.
Shout out to Steve if he'll ever listen to this. Thank you for getting us those tickets.
We appreciate it.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
And our seats ended up being really good. Like
I was nervous,
those seats were awesome.
I feel like there's just really not a bad seat. I mean, unless you're behind the stage, which even then, I think people still have the most fun back there because you can still see the diamond and everything in front of the diamond. You
and
just
there's a
can't.
huge
and
screen.
then you're looking at the screen.
Yeah. They had a good screen set up there for sure.
Yeah, you could see every screen and
we could see the whole stage. We had the good breeze. Like we could see everything. We had a really good vantage point of everything.
Yeah, it was. And I keep telling everyone it was the best of the three I've been to. So
because
the surprise songs were bomb.
We got blessed.
Yes.
Those surprise songs couldn't have been more perfect.
Like literally she's walking, like we know it's what's about to happen. And I lean over and I'm like, Christina, we're not going to know any of these songs because some of these songs she pulls out of the vault, they're like, I have no idea. Right. And I was like, we're not going to know anything. And she starts and we're both like, we know this one. We were so excited. Like,
I mean, just the fact that we got a Reputation song on the guitar was so amazing.
Yeah.
And White Horse, I think that was like my first favorite Taylor Swift song of all time. So just hearing that and the mashups, and she's just a genius. Like, I don't know.
How does she do that?
I don't know. And we left and I was dead for 3 days after. And I'm like, and she went out the very next night and performed in the rain, dancing
in the rain.
And falling on her knees. I don't even know.
Well, she trains for that, so
I don't know. I don't know how you can train falling on your knees to where it doesn't hurt every time you do it.
There's TikToks that tell you exactly how to do it. You can do it without hurting yourself.
All right, send me one of those.
It's the way she rolls over her toes.
I tried last night on the carpet, and it freaking hurt.
No, there's a certain way to do it.
I love that you're just sitting at home on a random
knee drop.
Thursday night. practicing.
Man, well, I came home and I was like, I want to go again.
Yeah.
And so we've just been watching
Oh
a
man.
little bit of the tour on Disney Plus and doing dance parties before bed. And Steven's favorite is The Reputation. So and then last night we got into the music videos.
Oh.
Which, Look What You Made Me Do is very creepy. And it's good for Halloween
video
season.
for that one.
I'll have to look.
Starts out in a graveyard and she like digs herself out of the grave with the zombie
Oh.
face.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, I tried to join the queue last night for New Orleans because I'm still getting notified like as soon as Ticketmaster opens up.
Yeah.
So they opened up 4,000 tickets last night.
Wow.
For New Orleans this weekend, but I was never a verified fan for that show, so I couldn't even look to see.
Well, hopefully people get tickets.
A lot of Swifties, even if they can't go, are buying them and then reselling them at face value to other
nice.
Swifties.
That's nice. Yeah.
Because those scalpers
I'm a part of two different groups.
Crappy.
Don't worry, if I get my hands on some Indianapolis, it's happening. It's going down.
Christy's just missing for a few days.
Oh man.
No, I think Miami was just so good.
Yeah.
I don't think anything could top that in those surprise songs. I think I need to just let it lie.
Go out on a high note.
Yeah, I mean, it just was even rehashing our night with the parking and the hotel and getting there.
Yeah.
We didn't hit any traffic, which other people were saying they hit traffic.
Even traffic getting to the stadium. It was like, we were prepared for like a 45-minute. I was prepared for like an hour in traffic. It's going to take us a long time. And we were there in 15, 20 minutes. Parked in the VIP parking in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was the perfect night.
It was awesome.
All right. Are we ready to move on from that?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, because I got one other thing. So, I'm going to put a disclaimer out there right now that I don't think any dudes listen to this podcast. But if they do, we're about to go south and they might want to tune out for the rest.
This is your warning.
Yeah, so we were talking yesterday, I think, about tampons.
Yeah.
And that really got my wheels turning because for whatever reason, it seems like I'm the only person in the world who actually changes her tampon when you're supposed to. You know, every 4 hours, say 5 hours, you're pushing it. But so I have a guest. I'm gonna pop in for this, waiting in the lobby. So I'm gonna pop her in. You guys will know her.
Go for it.
Hey, you there? Go for it.
Yeah, I am.
So I just told all the men to tune out and told Jenna and Christy that I had a whole tampon discussion ramping up for us. But I got some menstrual cycle facts first to hit you guys with, just to set the scene. Yeah. So let me set the scene for you.
I hopped on the pony last night, so I'm 100% ready for this discussion. Let's do it.
You say that, but
I've never heard that expression in my life.
But I'll plan to use it.
All right. So the average. No, I haven't heard that either.
No.
Are you weirdos?
Yeah, it's us.
Also, I don't know why Christina chose this guest because it's not going to work in her favor at all.
Listen. All right, we're moving on. Let me give you the facts real quick because this ain't the only surprise I have for you ladies, okay?
Oh, Jesus.
So the average cycle, 24 to 38 days, lasts 4 to 8 days. You gals know all this. Cycles change with age. So, for me, it changed after I had kids. It changed drastically. On average, you menstruate for 7 years of your life, which seems way too long.
Yeah. Ugh.
That's it?
That's it.
Like for 7 years of your life and that's it?
No, in total.
Like total.
No, like when you add it all together.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
all right.
So a lot of your life. Yeah. Each year in the U.S., over $2 billion is spent on period products.
Totally agree on that.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
Huge cost.
So the whole thing, I think I'm actually just gonna right now pop one more person into the mix. I have one more friend waiting in the lobby. I'm gonna pop them in, and then I'm gonna continue talking about it.
I hope it's a doctor. I really hope it's a doctor. It's
No.
a gynecologist. I know it.
I wish I had a gynecologist
Rebecca.
to join us. Hey, Rebecca, are you there?
I am.
So I was just telling the ladies, we've got Christy and Jenna here, and then another guest, go for it, and then you now joining us, Rebecca. And we're just getting into a discussion on periods, old Aunt Flo hopping on the pony, apparently. And the whole reason I wanted to even talk about this today is because I don't know why, but everybody but me, it seems like nobody has ever been worried about toxic shock syndrome in their entire lives. But for me, I've been worried about it since a very young age.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm not worried about it at any time, but I also don't set alarms in the middle of the night to get up and change a tampon.
Yeah,
no,
so
I've never done that before.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you for
so
shining
for the
a light.
listeners,
To be fair, Christina's worried about a lot of things.
Yes.
A lot of the times. This is just one.
Yeah, but this is kind of I feel like this is valid. So I do set an alarm 1 to 2 nights a month when I have heavier flow and I have to wear a tampon overnight. I set an alarm and I wake up 4 hours in and change it. I don't think that was crazy, but what I'm finding is I think that I am the only person. I think I'm the only person who does it. I think everyone else just lets it flow all night long and just leaves it in there.
Yeah.
But I did find an article yesterday which spawned this whole thing about somebody who landed in the hospital with toxic shock syndrome after not changing their tampon for 8 hours or something at a wedding.
I remember hearing about it as a kid, but never heard of anyone getting it. So I stopped worrying about it.
Yeah.
Well, I think that very short, to me, it seems like a short 8-hour period. I feel like there must have been something else going on there because I do this a lot where you shove one in for a certain occasion and you don't want it, like you're going to the fair. Okay, well, I don't want to have to change it in these disgusting stalls. So I'll, pop in the right amount and then go on my merry way.
As in multiples?
I think size. I think
just like
I'm hoping size.
Okay.
I'm talking size here.
Like
and
you,
for me,
you supersize it for the event.
I'm an ultra. Let's just throw it out there. I go for the jumbo size.
Wow.
But also, Christina, you have mentioned that they are uncomfortable for you.
They are. If they're too big for the flow, they're uncomfortable.
Okay. For us, we don't feel them at all.
If they're in right, I don't feel
can
it.
see where if you're feeling it, that's going to remind you, all right, I need to change it or I want to change it. But like, I sometimes forget.
Yeah.
Like it just feels very dry and uncomfortable if there's one in there that is too absorbent for my flow. That doesn't happen to any of you.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have one that's bigger than, what you need.
I use the same size the whole time.
So do I.
Jenna.
I use one size, and I've always just used the one size for the whole time.
Yeah.
That blows
Okay, well, see,
my
that's where I
mind.
differ. I
feel like Rebecca's name isn't Rebecca.
Like maybe
because I'm totally hearing that voice and I know this person.
like does it start
Rebecca
with
wanted anonymity.
I'm pretty sure it's Rebecca.
There it is.
I'm hiring gynecologist.
Yeah. Could you imagine?
I wish I could have got a gynecologist. Oh man.
Good for you for following the directions. But
is there directions on the box that say that?
Yeah, there's
like
that pamphlet inside every single box. And I think this is where I started.
Is where Christina's different from the rest of us.
This is no joke.
Knows that, and she's read it front to back.
She reads
when
it
I was 12,
every box.
When I was 12 and I got my first box, I took that pamphlet out, and I swear to you guys, I read that pamphlet out of like every box for a long time. I don't know, not like just like as reading material in the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like I would just pull out the pamphlet and read it about toxic shock. It's all in the pamphlet,
this
ladies.
This explains a lot.
Yeah.
More than just the tampons.
I've never felt the need.
This explains a lot. I don't think I've ever read the directions.
It's always been on my mind.
Well, I feel like I need to jump back to the whole where Christina thinks she feels these things in there.
Yes.
Are you not inserting these properly after reading these pamphlets? Like,
you know they go in
a million times in your life.
You can pee with a tampon in. Heads up.
Oh, I don't need to take it out every time?
No.
Well, she probably does, because she probably switches it every time she goes pee.
No, I just do it every 4 hours.
Pee or not?
I mean,
So you just set your alarm for the whole time? For every 4 hours?
No, I don't set an alarm, but I do. I mean, if I'm peeing at mentally? Right. I'm like, okay, 2:00, I gotta change. Okay. It's not a big deal. It's just another thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I'm going to the fair, for example, I would put one in my pocket. I wouldn't go, oh, let me just go super ultra plus so that I never have to change it again. I wouldn't do that. No.
I'll bring one for emergency situations because, you know, I don't want to have a disaster in the middle of the fair.
Oh my God.
Can't be doing that.
I just
bring a little sweater to tie around your waist.
Yeah.
Wear
black pants.
Yeah.
Your black pants.
Until
you sit on something and then you get up and then
not a good look.
No.
All right, so let's go into some other things because there are other things. Does anybody use anything else like discs, cups, period panties, pads? I mean, there's like so many products these days.
I'm intrigued by the cups and the disc, but I just cannot get behind it.
I've tried the cup before. Yeah, I've tried the cup, and it was very, very hard to get back out. So I decided not to do it again.
That's my
I don't think I would like that.
A suction factor or something.
Like public spaces.
I like the idea of the cup because tampons are so bad for the environment, and studies are showing like you're absorbing the chemicals in them. They're not good for you. I'll do them every once in a while, but there's nothing easier than a tampon.
Yeah.
To me. Like I would never like being at my house. If I'm just at my house all day, I think the cup or the disc is fine, but having to I mean, you're supposed to rinse it. So how if you're in a public bathroom?
Yeah.
You know, are you gonna take it out, go rinse it, go put it back in? You know, it just doesn't make much sense. Although I'm sure people don't rinse it, but I think I read that
they
on
don't
the
rinse
pamphlet, Christina.
But doesn't that seem like
messy.
it seems messy. It seems like your hands would just be like covered in blood in the public restroom. Like I don't need that in my life.
No.
It's
terrible.
It's definitely messy.
No,
it's definitely messy. Unless, I mean, some girls just have really light flows, and I think that's a perfect solution for them.
Good for them.
Because those you can leave in longer, or no?
I don't know. They're made of silicone. I just think they're supposed to be less harmful for you.
I heard that you can't use the cup if you have an IUD because it can suck it out.
I could see that because, like I said, it was really hard to get out because of the suction factor, and I could see it like ripping that out. But also, I think part of the whole like toxic shock syndrome is that the tampon, if you're pulling it out too early and it's dry, you're creating these little micro tears, and it's the micro tears that are getting infected by, you know, the sitting blood in there and other bacteria that's naturally in your vagina. So I think the cup being silicone, it's a lot smoother, and you might not have those kind of issues. I don't know. We should pull some information up on that.
I don't know. I can't speak to that, but I did research toxic shock. I forgot to give you guys these facts. It's caused by bacterial infection from staph or strep a lot of times. You can get it with menstrual cups, contraceptive sponges, diaphragms, but tampons are obviously a big, a big culprit for it. Yeah. If some symptoms are fever, low blood pressure, vomiting, diarrhea, a sunburn-like rash on your hands and feet, which I would not have. That seemed strange to me. Aches, confusion, and even seizures. And if you've had toxic shock once, you're much more likely, I think, to get it again. So if you've ever had it at all, you can basically never use a tampon again. That's the recommendation. So so that lady at the wedding.
What are the odds of getting toxic shock from menstrual related issues?
You were the one that told me, what was it, 1 in 100,000 or something? I didn't see that anywhere though.
Less. It said less than 1 in 100,000.
Right,
everything
but just because
rare.
Right, but just because it hasn't happened to you doesn't mean it couldn't happen to you.
True.
So I mitigate the risk by changing my tampon.
By reading the directions.
I mean, Christina, you do you, girl. Like, you're not hurting yourself.
I know. No, I know.
Safe.
I need to find someone who
agrees
also values changing a tampon. Yeah.
What if they pulling it out too early?
No, I'm definitely not pulling it out too early because it's saturated because I choose the correct flow type. Like,
okay,
and once I can't saturate it, I don't wear tampons anymore. I switch to pads.
Oh, I can't do pads.
Oh, I'll do them all day, every day.
It's
so low flow by that point, you know.
See, I double up with the pad at the very beginning because I can't go longer than an hour without going through an ultra.
An hour for an ultra? Go for it. I think you need to see a doctor. Did you say you were seeing a doctor for that?
I was seeing a doctor.
Okay.
And it's actually like affecting my everyday life, being so anemic all the time. And she said like some crazy stuff. If you can't manage your iron levels and you're just like a walking zombie, she's like, worst case scenario, sometimes you have to go in and do surgeries for like cauterization so that you don't bleed as much anymore. Or like the very like end of the line, you basically just remove everything and then don't have to deal with that anymore. But yeah, I mean, no, it's really for the first few days.
I would just like get it all removed.
That like really must affect your life though. Every hour, like that's. Do you need to take a break? We could pause the podcast so you can go to the bathroom.
I'm doubled up. I'm good.
She's on the toilet right now, Christina.
I am reading my pamphlet in the box right now. I can pull out some facts.
Oh wait,
for both tampon and pad.
You know what?
Yes, I have them both. You should see my cabinet. It is full. All kinds of stuff. I got the Diva cup down there.
By the way, Christina, did you put a Facebook poll and not hide us and say who wants to come on the podcast and talk about periods? And Rebecca said, I do.
Of course
because
I did.
She's an aspiring gynecologist.
And then Rebecca, why are you not at work today? Yeah. Don't you have a job?
I don't work.
I said the same thing. I was like, wait, but you're working when we record. She's like, no, we're good.
We'll take a break.
Okay, so you guys, the whole entire insert. Okay, I have a Tampax insert right now. I forgot, but it's like immediately. It's like all of it is toxic shock. What you should know about toxic shock. The warning signs of toxic shock: a sudden high fever, vomiting, diarrhea, a rash that looks like sunburn. You guys, I could have written this. I have not read this in years.
Out to follow along.
Because one person got toxic shock and sued Tampax, and now they need to put that in every single thing.
If you have any of these signs using a tampon, remove it and contact your doctor immediately. It's rare, but serious and sometimes fatal. About half the cases are associated with tampon use. The remainder occur in men, children, and women who are not menstruating.
Hopefully.
Toxic shock is treatable. Yeah, they can get it too.
How though? From what?
The tampon insert doesn't go into the specifics of that, but I'll let you use your imagination.
I don't want to.
Early recognition and treatment.
like sexual intercourse and with somebody that has. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, here we go. I don't know the answer to that, but it does say estimated to be 1 to 17 cases per 100,000 menstruating girls and women per year. The risk is higher for teenage girls and women under 30, probably because they don't take care of changing their tampon when they need to.
Good thing I'm over 30.
You can reduce the risk by alternating a tampon with a pad, or you can totally avoid it by not using tampons at all, it says. I love how they put that literally in the tampon box.
In the United States, there's 2 to 3 deaths per year.
Well,
not Christina. That's not the way she's going.
So low.
It's a scary world out there, ladies.
Could you imagine if she got TSS from something other than a tampon?
Oh my God. It would just go in line.
If there's anyone that's going to happen to, it would be me.
It's you. It's you.
Probably.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, man. Oh. Let's see. Okay, so how often do you change your tampons? On average?
In the beginning, when it's heavy, often. But those last couple days,
because you don't have a choice.
Right.
We're not trying to free bleed over here. Yeah, not
once a day at the end.
Yeah.
Once a day.
I'll go once a day. Like I'll pop it in the morning, and if I'm, if we're good with it, then
we're good.
We'll just leave it in.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Gonna ride that pony train to the hospital with our TSS.
We're gonna ride the pony to the Old Town Road.
Oh.
We're gonna ride till we can't no more. Let's do it.
Think about like when you were like nursing, Christy, you didn't have a break every exactly like 4 hours or like.
Are you talking to me?
No, you didn't. Did you nurse? Like when you were like on the floor, like
I thought you meant nursing babies.
I thought you meant like
I was like, no, that was fine. We were able to go to the bathroom.
No, for sure. Like there were some days I didn't pee at all in a 12-hour shift. Like,
and that's
you got to make time for it. Like when I was teaching, I didn't have breaks every 4 hours either. But like, yes, I made time for it.
Yeah, well, yours wasn't life or death, Christina. Okay.
Hmm?
I had patience to take care of.
Those kindergartners can get rowdy.
Those whiny kids.
We've had some situations.
Would you like call the office and be like, "Hi, I need to change my tampon. I'm very afraid."
My tampon.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
But probably knew her situation.
I would get someone. I would either get the teacher next to me, or I would change. I would change it early for like if I had lunch break, I would change it then so that I could last until the next break, kind of a thing. But but I did do it. I mean, on a regular day, you don't pee while you're teaching either.
Yeah. I hope you don't pee while you're teaching. That's a different topic.
Only in extreme circumstances.
That's another thing that happens when you get older. Yeah.
Oh man. So last question. Are any of you even mildly more worried about toxic shock now than you were yesterday?
No.
Negative.
No, not at all.
Nobody's going to start changing their tampons more frequently.
No.
Right. I'm going to find somebody.
You're going to find a new
listener right now. If you're listening,
I hope you do.
Give me a call if you change your tampon more than once a day, okay? Between Carlines.
I can't wait till your brother listens to this episode.
He's gonna tune out. He's not gonna get this far because he's gonna hear that men disclaimer. No, he's gonna be out of here.
It's gonna make him more interested.
Yeah. I was gonna say somebody's gonna be curious. Somebody's gonna be curious. I want to know all about it.
Well, then they can learn about toxic shock as well.
It probably
happens
would
to
be
men
a good
too.
Idea. You should be like, men, tune in on this. You need to know what's going on with your ladies.
Yeah. I feel like all men are grossed out by periods.
Episode for them to listen to.
Men are so dumb. Like they do TikToks where they go and ask them, how many tampons does a girl go through in a day, and how do they have to pull their tampon out to pee? And all the guys are like, oh yeah, I think so, and they know nothing.
Well, did you see there was a housewife? Was it a housewife? I think it was on Bravo. So one of the housewives, and she was like, well, when I have to go to an event, I don't use public restrooms, so I put a tampon in. And everybody's like, well,
what?
Like,
What?
she was like hell bent, like that. She's like, you should try it. It really works. And I was like, I don't know.
What in the world?
So I'll have
It
to
like
say,
compresses your.
I think that's what she was
I'll
saying.
say
Your ureter.
Yeah, Christy. So I'll have to say, has anybody else used an ultra sized tampon?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Okay. When it is completely absorbed, obviously, you know, it's going to expand. Actually, when it gets that big, I can't go to the bathroom at the same time. Like, I have to pull it out because it does. And I think there is like a medical thing that you can get for incontinence, actually, that goes in there and creates a pressure.
Yeah.
We need to look it up. I think it is. But yes, when an ultra gets like
it
that
makes sense.
big,
Yeah.
but none of the other sizes will do it. It's just an ultra.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on
I feel
how
like I
big
need to do
your-
an experiment, like how big it gets when
So-
it's completely.
Go for it. You sent us that picture comparing 2 tampon sizes yesterday. I'm going to pop that up in the pod. What were the sizes of those tampons, just so we know?
Sure. The smaller one was a regular,
Okay.
and the larger one was an ultra.
Okay. So I obviously have my tampon box here with me, but you guys, I don't really like look at tampon boxes very frequently. Can you see this? People who can see?
Oh, they
Can
like
see
give you
the sizes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So no lie, because I use light and I use regular and that's it. Honest to God, I did not know Super Plus and Ultra were a size that was different than Super. I thought it was like just the name for a different brand's really big tampon. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I literally don't use those. I only use the 2 lowest
Must
ones.
be nice.
Yeah. I would
Well,
be like
but
every
before
15
kids,
minutes with a
before
light.
kids, I used them. I'm sure before kids, I used them. But you know, it's been
See,
like
I went
so
the
long.
opposite way. Mine's way heavier now than it was before kids.
Oh, mine's like a dream now compared to before
No.
kids. Before
was-
kids, it was an absolute. I was like, go for it. It was a nightmare.
Good for you.
But you know what I realized though after having kids, I was like, I probably should have seen a doctor because I didn't realize that wasn't
Normal.
like normal. I didn't realize that wasn't normal. I thought everybody
Yeah.
just, you know, had super heavy flow all the time for a week
Bled
long. You know,
uncontrollably.
yeah, just bled uncontrollably for a week, and you know, like I wouldn't even want to leave the house for the first few days because it was so uncomfortable and miserable. You know,
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're pretty much inside all day today until things get under control.
Her pony's inside.
oh man.
Totally.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that for you. I hope that one day you can find yourself under control too, because it's like an unenjoyable way to be. You know,
What is that?
Yeah.
Menopause?
Yeah.
yeah. When's
Get-
that
Yeah,
hit?
Well,
I'm pretty sure they put me in early menopause right now. So
I think we're
Hopefully
is it
soon.
like
I don't know.
perimenopause or something?
Who's they? Like your doctors?
yeah, the doctor. Yeah. When they measure your hormones and stuff, they're like, oh, well, by the way, this might be also happening.
Nice.
Thanks.
All right. Well,
Well,
that's all I have on periods and tampons for today.
it's got a whole episode of just.
Can I tell you guys a funny story real quick?
Yeah.
Would love it.
So I do a lot of Walmart pickups, right? And every now and then, it's just a tampon pickup. And the size box that I have to buy for the ultras is labeled jumbo. And it is in big, bold letters, and it's the first thing you see. And most of these kids delivering the groceries to you are just these like teenagers, these boys, teenagers. And I'm sure there was one day the kid just wouldn't stop smiling and laughing at me. And I'm like, what the hell? And then I realized, yeah, I did order a jumbo size box of ultra tampons today. So I'm sure he got a kick out of that. But let me tell you, it has nothing to do with the size of your vagina. It is the size of your flow. Okay.
There you go.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Ever since this conversation, I kept thinking of the Mean Girls quote about, she's like, it's not my fault I have a heavy period and a wide set vagina or something. A heavy flow.
We have no issues down there.
Oh, man. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, ladies.
Yes.
And helping Christy and Jenna out on their side of the argument.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why you thought it would go your way.
No, I knew it wasn't going to. I knew in advance that neither of them was going to go my way.
Yeah, Rebecca. Jeez.
What?
Well, Rebecca
Look, I
was there
only
for
used
the
junior
initial
tampons until recently.
conversation. Because it was that Halloween party.
Halloween
That was
party.
the initial. Yeah, it was me, Christina, and Rebecca were chit-chatting. And that's when we found out that Christina sets an alarm in the middle of the night to change her tampon.
Oh, was it? I don't even remember that.
And then I was like very concerned.
Should have told you a lot right then and there.
And now it's been a topic of conversation ever since.
That's funny.
Yeah, we're coming up on the anniversary of that information.
Oh, man. Wait, so Rebecca, you said you just started using tampons recently, though?
No, I only ever used like the junior tampons, like the ones for like little people. They're like the size of like a pencil, if that.
What?
You mean like for teenagers? You're talking about teenagers.
Yeah, they're called like junior.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, when we go on the cruise, I'm not bringing any tampons because I feel like I'm going to have an assortment of all different sizes.
Except for you're going to end up with junior tampons and it's not going to work for you.
No, it'll be disaster.
It will if I use 5 at once.
The right amount as set.
Or it gives you a reason to change it every 4 hours.
Yeah.
She can't change it every 4 hours. She would never.
I would never.
One last question I just thought of. Has anyone ever forgotten one in there? Like you just forgot you put it in? I mean, leaving it so long, I feel like that would be easy to do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
If we don't feel them, we don't remember they're there.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No joke. I forgot I had already put one in and put another in. And then
well, that I've never done.
I did. It was like my first period back from having a baby. And it's like all like chaotic.
Man.
Yeah. And I was like, oops, there's another one.
How do you get a second one in there?
Apparently I have a wide set one.
My mom's friend did that. She put in another one.
Yeah.
And she pulled out the first one and didn't know the other one was still in there. And her husband had to go find it with a flashlight.
I didn't have any of that. I was, I self-located that real quick.
Yeah,
I'm sure he loved that job.
Ugh.
No way.
They're already gross enough.
I've lost the spring. Yeah, I've lost the spring a time or two, but I've never forgot that there's been one in there.
But let's all just be happy that we live in America where we have tampon applicators and not the
for real
ones that you have to poke it all the way in. You're that's ugh.
I mean, they do have those here.
They do, but a lot of places do not have applicators, and let's just be grateful we have that option.
From my experience with other cultures, they do not use tampons over in Europe.
No.
Oh, man.
I was watching an Australian TikTok, and she was like, I'm sorry, you want me to do what? With this? How? I'm like, oh. That'd be a quick hand wash. Quick, right to that sink.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on this special menstrual episode, ladies.
Bye, Rebecca, and go for it.
Yeah, Rebecca, get back to work.
Thank you so much for having us. This was enjoyable.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Right.
Bye, guys.
Bye. It was hard to even find people who use tampons. A lot of people, because the thing I put on was I didn't want to say exactly what, you know what I mean? I didn't want to say the thing. So I said I'm looking for people to talk about periods and product usage or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And several people, a lot of people actually wanted to do it, but several people were like, oh, I haven't used tampons in years. I haven't used tampons since I had kids. I can't use tampons anymore. There's a lot of people out there who are not using tampons and we don't even know.
Wow.
It. Yeah. So that was the best I could do was people who don't change their tampons.
Well, I thought I was going to get my period yesterday, and I put a jumbo tampon in the morning and left it all day long, and it never came.
You can't put one in when you don't have your period. That's what a panty liner's for. You put a panty liner on, and then if your period comes, then you put a tampon
I didn't have that. Yeah, but when mine comes, it comes fast and hard. A panty liner is not going to do anything.
Can you tell when it comes? Like, do you feel it? Like,
I can feel.
Oh, hey, it's here.
I've been feeling it for 2 days that it's coming, and it hasn't. Well, no. Yet.
But I mean, like when it actually, because like you can feel it coming on, but like, can you feel when it comes?
Yeah.
So there you go. You feel when it comes, and then you. Excuse me, I gotta go to the restroom.
Mine came the day after Taylor Swift, like on the drive home, and I was like, okay.
Oh, that stinks.
Fine.
Yeah. Mine came the day of the hurricane.
So
yeah,
we're excited when they come. Every time, I'm like, yes, there we are.
Oh man. All right, what do we got next? What's going on?
I don't know.
How do we follow this?
We got the game.
Do you want to do this game?
Yeah.
The game is Family Feud questions I pulled up, and you guys are just going to try to guess one of the answers to it. Okay?
Okay.
And then you're going to tell me what the common thread was for all the questions. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So name something that you use to decorate your face on Halloween. Let's see if you can each get one thing.
Face paint.
Face paint.
Okay.
Like fake blood.
Okay, good.
That's good.
Okay, face paint was the top answer. Name something you need to dress as a vampire.
Teeth.
Oh, cape.
Good. See, the fangs was the top answer for that, but cape was second. Tell me something the human body has lots of.
Organs.
Blood.
Okay. Organs wasn't on the list.
Why?
But
hair.
But blood was. Hair was the number one answer. Tell me something specific a detective looks for at a murder scene.
Blood.
Fingerprints.
Yeah. Fingerprints was a little higher than blood.
She's just going to say blood for every answer now.
Yeah.
Name something hard to wash off.
Blood.
Blood. Blood is the common theme.
What's the common theme?
Oh, you really...
Oh.
So I win.
Yeah.
You really took a Mincy's.
All right. Yeah, I just went down a path with this one today.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, all right. Game over. Oh, man. Here's the quick one.
Jenna, you want to do test drive?
Yeah.
Is it about periods?
That would have been great, but it's not. You should have given me a heads up. I could have really taken us down there. No, today's test drive is about planning your family pictures because it's coming. We all have to do it, and we all have thoughts on this.
We made a hard left.
Yep. We did. Well, I didn't know. I didn't know where we were going. I would have planned better. How to get blood out of things is what I should have done. So, we all know you have to limit your patterns in your family pictures on what the people are wearing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people put kids, every child in a different loud pattern. It's not the way to go, friends.
It's too much.
It is.
Too much.
For me, I like to pick my outfit first, and then I plan everybody else's around me. Because I feel like I am the harder to pick for. I have only boys. So they'll just wear whatever you tell them. My husband just wears whatever he's told to wear. We've trained hard on that one and gotten him there. If you're stuck and you don't know what to do, you need to talk to your photographer because they obviously, hopefully you have a photographer that has an eye that can be like, no, that's not going to look good together. You need to change this, go that direction. Try the clothes on before your pictures because I've seen so many pictures of people that don't try the clothes on their kids and they're too big, they're too small, they're itchy, the kid doesn't want to wear it. It's a whole thing. Yeah. Like, don't.
The itchy is always a thing.
Yes. Especially like, I feel like little girls' dresses, some of them have like the crinolines underneath and they're like the material and they're like, no, like if you have a kid that doesn't wear tags, doesn't like tags in their clothes, make sure you buy clothes that don't have tags. Like, don't just go rogue for family pictures. They'll be miserable. Right. Nobody wants to fight with a little kid. Make sure you're on time and you're respectful of your photographer's time because I think a lot of people forget that they like stack them on top of each other, and they're like every 15 minutes they have a new family. And if you're late, then you're like throwing off their whole schedule and all of that jazz. And then one thing Christy does really good is she goes on Pinterest and she like types it in, and it gives her all the ideas of like how to dress and all of that, and like color combos that work well in pictures. So that's a good idea. Mm-hmm. And then if you haven't already booked your family pictures now, you're going to be hard pressed to.
I need to book mine.
3 weeks. I need to order outfits. I need to look and see what we have.
Yeah, ours are in
I
like
hate buying
2
new
weeks.
stuff.
I ordered a dress off TikTok. We'll see how that goes.
I've been surprised.
It's not there yet.
No, TikTok. It's here. But like, if we're going to just see how it goes. But like, we're picky. Oh. I'm picky. Joe could care less what we do. But like, I don't like to, my family pictures, I don't like to have any Christmas stuff in them because I put them up all year round. So I don't ever, we did a Christmas tree farm one time and that was about it. But I also like to vary them every year. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
you got a system going.
Yeah. Start planning now. Don't wear too many patterns. Be on time. That's what I got for you.
I love it.
That's all valid. Are good tips. Very valid. I wish more people would listen to those tips.
Yeah. Done.
All right. I'll do some Florida moms. Okay. This is from an online Facebook group. All right. I need you to tell me I'm overreacting here and to bring it back to earth. Long story short, I asked my best friend this morning if she can watch our kids for tonight so my husband and I could go out to a late dinner, 7 p.m. One would be in bed and the other would just play by herself till we are home. Her and her husband do not have kids and he gets off work at 2 p.m. She said no because they want to go see a movie tonight. I never asked her to do anything except watch my 5-pound Shih Tzu for a week, and I paid her $300 to do it. She asks me all the time to do stuff for her, and she never offers to pay, which I don't care about. But I will load my kids up to check on her house, water her plants, let her dogs out, whatever she needs, even if it's a little inconvenient to me because she's my bestie. I even do this when we have family visiting from across the country for her. She literally owes me nothing. It's her life, and she doesn't have to change plans for me or my kids. But I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of really annoyed. This is where y'all come in to tell me I'm crazy and to get over it because I know it's dumb to be upset, but I can't help it. And to add, I've never asked her to watch our kids before either.
Did it say how long she, like how much notice she gave? Like how far ahead should she ask? Or did she ask that day?
It doesn't say.
That, well, it sounds like a...
Oh, I asked my best friend this morning if she can watch the kids tonight. Oh. So it was that day.
Well, it sounds like they already have plans.
No. That's a hard no. Day of? Are you kidding me? But also, I mean...
Sounds like a one-sided friendship, kind of. Or is she just upset?
It does, but you can't be mad at someone if for being honest that they don't want to watch your kids. I mean...
Yeah.
But also, she doesn't need to be doing all that stuff for the friend either.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She can say no, just like the friend can say no. But a one day, she's not asked her before, so you can't even really say it's one-sided because she asked her day of to do it. This is the only time she's ever even asked her. Mm-hmm. So who even knows if it's one-sided?
I mean, in the fact of like she goes over and does like takes care of the house and all of that when she's gone, like. But she's only asked her to watch.
But she hasn't asked her. Right, she hasn't asked her to do it. She watched the dog when she asked her to watch the dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it could be one-sided.
And paid her.
We just don't know enough.
It sounds like she's about to start her period and is a little pissy. Because that's right about when I start making these irrational opinions.
Yeah, I think she needs to get over it. I mean...
Yeah. No, I don't think that's...
It's the same day. The lady has plans with her husband. And honestly, if I didn't have kids and I had plans with my husband, I wouldn't cancel them to go watch someone else's kids on a Saturday night.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
I like that she has to say, like, better. When her husband gets off work. And, like, what does that have to do?
I think she just feels like she knows their schedule and knows it wouldn't be an issue for them to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows? Maybe they got in a fight that day and they wanted to go out on a date, you know,
or maybe they have a date planned. Who cares? I mean, really, what, maybe they have plans.
Well, she's making it. Well, in this, I kind of read it as the girl just made up, like, oh, they're going to a movie tonight.
That's what she feels like.
But were they really?
Yeah. Well,
she just said that to get out of.
Even if she just said that, she doesn't owe her anything, though. She doesn't owe her watching her kids.
Right. That's what she says in the post.
Yeah.
She doesn't owe me. She literally owes me nothing. It's her life. She doesn't have to change plans for me or my kids. It just sounds like she's annoyed because if roles were reversed, she would have done it for her.
She would have done it, but she's probably a little too giving. I wouldn't be loading up my kids to go water somebody's plants. If you ask me to do that, I'm friends with you and I love you, but that's a hard no for me. I'm not doing that, unless there's some extenuating circumstance that your plants really need water right now. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a no. Yeah, no,
I know. You got to learn to say no too.
Yeah, I agree.
So, yeah.
All right, we want to do junk in the trunk.
Yeah,
it's not even in a trunk. It's in a Barbie bag.
Yours is in a Barbie bag.
That
cute. Was all I had short notice, but I thought it fit.
It's perfect.
Oh, great! Just what we always needed.
But like, what does this do?
Oh, it's a little bit. Oh, Jenna. Ugh.
Those you could have kept.
Christina gave us a box of menstrual supplies.
There's zero chance.
Tampons.
Zero chance I will be using this.
Okay, listen.
I like how she put all. Oh no, there's some regulars.
It's an assortment. I got the super in there.
Yeah, you've got a few supers. I appreciate you on that.
Yeah. Some supers, some lights, some regulars.
Oh, light. I've never used that.
What's an L? All right. Well, you can hand me back my lights and I'll take them and I'll give you the rest of the supers in the box because I was like, what the heck am I going to do with this?
What size are these?
Those are regular.
Hard pass.
Those are regular, non-applicator. And I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to talk about it because it made me laugh when you said it on with the others, but I didn't want to ruin the junk.
Did you try
because
it?
Back in my... Oh, I used to use them all the time, the no applicator ones, because I try to be earth conscious.
Better for the environment.
Yeah, and I don't like using all the plastic and stuff. So then I switched to I'd use cardboard applicators for a while. But those are, if you don't have enough flow, it's not as enjoyable. But the ones that are no applicator, you really do need flow for that too, because you need to be lubed up, otherwise it's not so good. I don't really use those anymore, but I had them left over.
I used to use the cardboard ones just because they were cheaper, I think, in college and stuff.
Oh. Yeah, the cardboard ones aren't that bad.
Now I splurge for the nice ones.
I splurge for plastic.
So you don't do the organic? Do you think there's a...
No, I almost actually bought some of those today, though, when I was looking for all these products.
They're pricey, but I wonder if they really do anything.
I don't know. But you have to think, like, I use maybe 5 tampons a month.
Like,
oh my gosh, you are just
who's in charge of naming
anomaly.
These? Like, why? I don't need a tampon named Radiant because I certainly don't feel radiant.
I like a Radiant tampon, but those ones. Okay, I got this is too because some of them, how the applicators, like there's the long ones. I got the Tampax Pearl, which is like the long. Those are fully
like
extended.
Yeah.
Remember when the pearls came out?
But the Radiant, I think these are the kind where like you pull it out a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's smaller, so it fits better in like your bag or your pocket or whatever. So I like to have a little bit of both on hand because then if I need to just put one in my pocket for like the fair, if I'm going to the fair.
They discontinued
these are really
favorite.
Great for just like putting in your pocket.
Yeah, I think that's why I really liked them as a teenager because no one would ever know you had them. You just throw a few in there,
I might need to bring a couple of these for the concert tonight.
Oh, that's perfect. I'll give you a few more if you need them.
Put them right in my pocket.
Will you change it frequently if I give you more?
No, because then she has to leave the concert.
No, that takes too much time.
And then the other one was panty liners, which was exactly what I was talking about. If you feel like your period's going to come, you put on a panty liner, and then you do
It's like the
or even
tiniest
at the
little
end,
thing.
like if you're at the very end of it. I also have thong panty liners, but I didn't know which way you ladies go, so.
Oh, way to throw that around.
Definitely not. I tried
poster.
to go back to thongs.
Yeah.
You know, you were there when I bought them, Christina.
Yeah.
I did like 3 weeks and I was done. It's like, I can't.
I love a
They're
thong.
so uncomfortable.
I just don't.
So uncomfortable.
The only time I can't wear them is for sleeping. I can't wear it to sleep, but other than that.
I just can't imagine having sleep underwear, leave the house underwear. I just have underwear.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to wager to say I probably change my underwear more frequently as well, so no problems there.
Probably.
Every time I change my tampon, I change my underwear.
What?
Just kidding.
Not, Lord. Could you imagine? I can't imagine.
No, just twice a day
Christina
when I wake up and when I go to bed.
Trash bag on vacation.
Yeah.
To throw all her dirty clothes in.
She carries like
I forgot that for the Miami trip. It was disturbing for me. I didn't have a trash bag. But
she also brought a suitcase with 3 pairs of shoes for 24 hours.
Which I wore all 3.
You did.
I wore all 3 of those
very
shoes.
much did. Good job.
And that's not my typical MO.
Yeah.
You know, I'm usually like one shoe Susie.
Okay.
Well, is that what we got coming up this week?
I'm going to the Sabrina Carpenter concert tonight.
Oh. Are you excited? Do you know the words?
Concert mode. Yes. I'm very excited about my outfit. Like, super excited. I got my temporary tattoos yesterday. My frilly socks. Yeah. I'm going all out for this one.
Do you know, do you have a bet on which position she's going to take at the end of her song, whatever song it is? Do you have a thought?
She did a different one in Orlando last night. No, I do not. But I'm going to be sure to get it on video for you guys.
Is it the very end of the concert, or what song is it?
It's for the song Juno. At the end. She does a different sexual position.
It's such a weird...
It goes like, have you guys tried this one? And then she goes down into whatever position. But it looks like she had one that she was started with, and then as the tour went on, she was switching it up. But I heard she doesn't do a different nonsense outro for every concert like she had been.
Yeah, that's a lot of work
on her tour. It's a lot of work.
I think she's just not my vibe. I don't love her songs. There's so much profanity. I can't even listen to them with the kids, which I hate.
Yeah.
You know, it's like anytime she comes on, I have to immediately frantically change the station.
Yeah. I go through depends on the day, whether I'll let it play or
not. I can't think of one song of hers I really like.
Yeah, I really like her songs that are on the radio and on TikTok, which led me to get the tickets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I don't know if I really want to go. But her VMA performance was so good. And I heard the concert's a lot of fun. And I love just doing the dress up thing. I feel like Taylor Swift's Eras Tour started the dress up concert.
Yeah, maybe if I watch her perform, I'll watch some TikToks about her just to... so I don't not like her as much.
But it's not for young kids. No. It's very sexual.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, the words, I would not let my kid go. I'm sure there will be kids there tonight.
Oh, I'm sure.
The world we live in, but...
is it at Amelie, you said, or no?
Yeah, it's at Amelie. Okay. And we're in the club level, which, I love that.
Love that. Love that.
Love that. Other than that, we've got Halloween parties. Halloween.
Yeah.
October's gone fast.
Snuck up on us.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us on another episode of Between Carlines. We hope you learned a lot about toxic shock syndrome today, your periods, and maybe a little bit about blood too. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Between Carlines is hosted by Miss Christy, Miss Christina, and Miss Jenna. Music by Lindsay Henderson. Edited and produced by Miss Christina. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week for all new episode. Thanks for listening.